Welcome back.
Welcome back to the podcast. It's Hazel and Marion. I'm Marion.
I'm Hazel.
And this is episode 7.
Welcome to our episode where today we will start with our usual We're Not Really Strangers card. But today we're going to pick a card from the Triple X edition.
Triple X.
But I don't know if I want to go level 1, level 2, or level 3. I picked up level 1, but I don't know. I feel like level 1's a bit boring. I think we're gonna go level 2.
All right.
Okay.
As long as it's not a challenge.
Yeah, I know. I picked up a challenge card before and I'm like, What's one thing you take for granted about your current sexual partner?
Oh.
I have to think about this.
Oh, but it's so
You go
intense.
Because I have to think
Oh my
about
God.
this. Why are
This
you
is
laughing?
full on. No, because it's...
You want me to pick another card?
No. Let's try it. I think Vincent is more hornier than me at times.
Is that what you take for granted?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What do I take for granted? I think Jake is very open to learning what I like.
Learning.
and pleasing me.
Oh.
But maybe I'm too direct sometimes.
Oh. As in, like, during the act.
Yeah.
Oh. So
He's
you're like a
very,
bit bossy?
Yeah, but sometimes I'll be like, he's very good at like just catering, but I'd be like, no, that hurts. No. Sorry, Jacob. I'm
Interesting.
sorry. But I appreciate it because he'd be like, oh, okay, let me try this instead.
Okay, that's good. Well done, Jacob. Points for effort. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more like in depth I need to go with my
No, I'm the
answer.
same. Jake is probably the same. He's definitely got the libido more than I do.
Maybe it's just because like, well, my brain is just always used that like I'm exhausted most of the time. I mean, Vincent
Are you
uses
saying
his
Vincent
brain.
doesn't? Yeah,
No,
I'm
he
like,
does. He just has more like spare time with his brain than I do. So yeah, I think he's just more hornier than me sometimes. And I'm like, I'll take advantage of this.
Interesting.
But I can't all the time.
Yeah, I'm just tired depending on my shift work or my like cycle. Because period cycle, some days you're just dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it's like.
No, but yeah, so that's that. So that's why he's probably got a higher libido than me. But
He's also younger than you.
wait, like a year.
Yeah, still.
It's not that much different. You are younger than Vincent by like 2.
No, a year and a half.
A year and a half. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, there you go.
Well, that's a fun one. Do you want to ask our audience this?
Yes.
Or is it too much too soon?
Nah.
Okay.
I feel like if they've come this far, we're ready to dive deeper.
Yeah. What's the question again?
What's one thing about your current sexual partner that you take for granted?
Boom. Answer. All right. So some listener feedback for today's episode. So we put some polls on every episode on Spotify, which you can answer on your phone, or you can follow us at Hazel and Marion on Instagram, where we do Instagram polls weekly as well to get our listeners' thoughts and opinions. So we'll start with our poll from episode 1. And it was boy math or girl math or gay math. So that episode we did discuss girl math and all the types of math that kind of grew out of that.
Yeah.
Our listeners have voted 3 ways equally.
Oh my gosh.
So 3 ways. 33% boy math, 33% girl math, and 33%
Can you
gay
give
math.
an example of gay math at the top of your head right now?
I literally can't without offending a whole community. But I told you, I gave one during the episode.
I know, but I feel like we need more gay math. It was only briefly touched on.
Shall we do another episode on it later then?
No.
Oh God, you're really putting me on the spot. I can't come up with an example.
Okay, fair.
I'm thinking hard. I'm thinking about all the gays and I'm thinking gay math is bleaching your hair instead of seeing a psychologist.
And hoping it'll heal you.
Yeah.
That wasn't what I was expecting. Okay, I thought you were also going to say something else that you were bleaching. Oh my gosh. I'll leave that for your imaginations.
Yeah, that too. But I think the hair bleaching is more iconic.
Okay.
And then from episode 2, are you a morning person or a night owl? 20% said morning people and 80% said night owls.
That's weird.
Yeah, because I thought people listening to us would be awake in the morning. But
That's weird because we're morning people.
yeah, we both are.
But we've attracted night owls.
I think it's because we also go out at night. I mean, like it's hard to say that we're morning people when.
No, I'm definitely a morning person.
Why?
Because by the time nighttime comes, I'm like sluggish and sleepy even if I'm out.
Even if you're out?
Yeah. Like whereas like for example, Jacob's a night owl.
Mhm.
In the morning he's like
Yeah, but does he go out and party at night?
No, that man's an introvert.
Yeah.
Like more than I am.
Interesting.
But he will somehow be more awake at night at like 11 p.m. It's like, yep, I'm still kicking on. Like I've got energy. 11 p.m. I'm like,
oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. But hello to all the night owls.
hi.
Good evening.
You're probably listening to this,
At
at like
night, yeah.
3 a.m.
Well, if you are, stay awake just a little bit longer. Episode 3, we asked favorite phrase from this episode. So in this one, we were talking about a couple of things, which was dating in your late 20s and an Am I the Asshole story. So from the dating segment, we came up with wholesome but horny, which I really like. And I think that should be printed on a shirt. That should be our merch.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Hershey
wholesome.
Squirt.
Yeah, I think both.
Yeah, I think both.
And Hershey Squirt came from one of the stories that we were talking about because it was about having like alternative milk.
I like Hershey Squirt a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because at work we talk about our bowel movements a lot. For example, one of the boys yesterday, he disappeared. Then he made a reappearance. I don't know how long he was gone for.
A reappearance?
Yeah. I literally asked him, I was like, did you take a dump? And he's like, yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
I mean,
but then sometimes, this is really disgusting, some of the boys like record themselves in the toilets farting and then send us the audio clip.
nah, gross.
It's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
But that's what the boys do, and they are so gross. But yeah.
Like, do you hear like...
Yeah, if I can really find one, I wish I could. But like, it was like loud, like...
That's a live reenactment by you.
Not from my butt though. That was from my mouth.
No one needs to know. Well, yeah, I mean, I really love wholesome but horny because it's just a combination of like...
That's me. I am wholesome but horny,
Yeah.
but people don't think that I am.
Yeah, they just see you as wholesome.
Yeah, that's fair
people
enough.
just see me as horny. So
No.
together we're wholesome but horny.
There you go.
Oh my God, that should be the tagline of the show. Oh, that's clever.
I'm wholesome and you're horny.
Yeah. That'd be so funny. Maybe for season 2. Maybe for next year.
Yeah, maybe next year.
For episode 4, we asked, do people mispronounce your name? And this is where we talk about our names being mispronounced. So no one seems to know how to say Marion the right way the first time, but that's okay. And your name as well seems to be a bit of a challenge for everyone. And everyone agreed on hard relate.
What are your names? If you're hard relating, what are your names?
Yeah, exactly.
And how are people pronouncing it?
Yes, could you please contact us?
Is it Absidy?
Speaking of Absidy, didn't Absidy's dad like slide into your DMs?
So I was out on the weekend and I get a message request on Instagram from an account whose username is ABCD_father. And it says, hello, Hessel. Spelled Hezel.
Yeah.
And my first thought was like, oh, Absidy's father is coming for me. Which Absidy is listening to our podcast? But then I realized my friend Pete calls me Hessel and types it like that. And so I immediately sent him a message like, is this you? And he was actually gonna play the joke a lot longer, but where he realized he made a mistake was he should have messaged the Instagram account, not me personally.
Yes, and not spelt your name.
Yeah,
that
the way that he always spells my name.
But also, points for effort.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he would have had to make an account and
Yeah,
everything.
and you had to make like
it
an
to
email.
Yeah.
It's just like, To go that deep into one message and then get caught, it sucks.
I know, but he really tried.
Yeah.
But not enough.
Well, Absidy's dad, could you please follow us on Instagram? Thank you.
Just don't give us any hate mails or DPs.
Speaking of DPs, the next two polls are from Instagram. So one again was related to our dating episode. And the question was, is sending dick pics in your late 20s like still a cool thing?
I said, nah.
Yeah. I would have said wholesome but horny. So
Okay.
the results are 14%, because I had a cheeky emoji. It was like an
Oh.
eggplant,
Sure.
the monkey, the side eye.
All the F-boy emojis.
Yeah, and maybe the water droplets.
Yeah, all the F-boy
Yeah,
emojis.
all the
sure.
F-boy emojis, right? So 14% clicked on those. 43% said nah, grow up. And 43% also said wholesome but horny. So
Interesting.
there's I feel like a lot of people
I don't
would
know.
still,
I don't know if Vincent sent you one now, would you be like, oh yeah?
as in what sense? Like, are we just like hooking up? Like, well, are we still early in the dating
if you're-
game?
No, like as now, and you're in a long-term relationship.
Mm.
Would that still be wholesome but horny?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if I
I still send nudes to Vincent.
Oh, that's really wholesome,
Yeah.
but horny.
Yeah. He does the same.
What about if you were just meeting?
Oh, definitely okay. Definitely just horny. No
Not
wholesome. No
It's only
wholesome.
wholesome because you've been together for so long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then
I
also
think
it's just
so.
horny.
Yeah. It's just horny at that point.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it looks like a lot of our audience are either cheeky F boys, or
Boomers like me.
yeah, or wholesome but horny.
Mm.
And it's all just like a bit of a weird tie because it's like, half of them are like, oh no, I don't want it, but half of them are like, yeah, I'll send it.
Interesting. Yeah, because my housemates asked me this because I think one of them sends it to her boyfriend.
A DP.
Like no.
Not judging. We're open here. Everyone welcome.
So no, like just maybe some
Which one?
cheeky news.
Do you want to out your housemate that has a D?
She's sending DPs to her boyfriend.
Other people's DP. How do you imagine that?
No, I don't know. I was like, she asked me if I ever sent any to Jacob, and I was like, nah, we're so old. Like, we don't do shit
Has
like
Jacob
this.
sent you any?
No.
Really?
We're so wholesome.
Yeah, but like,
I
you
don't
know,
really
just,
care for it. If
just
I
a
really,
little.
I mean, I kind of considered it because he was in Poland for 3 weeks.
Mm,
So we were like, just obviously like long distance for 3 weeks.
sending him a VP.
No.
Oh, okay, a TP,
No.
an AP,
No.
a whole
This
pic.
sounds like that. This is like how LGBTQ. That's what it reminds me of. No, I was considering. I was like, ooh, maybe when we like video record. But then I was like, actually, no. I think it's part of the mystery. I'll just wait till I see him again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you were doing long distance.
No,
like
we really weren't. I've been in a long distance
Yeah,
relationship.
you
It
would have
wasn't
seen
hard.
him. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, you know what? It looks like most of the people, or half the people, are open to it. So go for it. Send your DPs and your TPs and your APs and your VPs. All the P's.
All the P's.
And the last Instagram poll we did, or the last Instagram poll we've got results on is based on that Hershey Squirt story, which is what's the superior milk? So the choices were oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, and cow milk. And now I'm actually
I'm
surprised
surprised.
by this because we got a lot of DMs
I'm surprised.
that the
'Cause-
winner, I'm just going to say the flat out winner was cow milk at 50%.
All of you are the same as that man. Probably judging us oat and almond soy milkers when we order our coffee. Interesting.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like.
Did anyone elaborate on their decision, on their choices?
Some of the listeners said they just want milk that tastes like real milk, but that's kind of based on the
I know
ad.
it's an ad, but
yeah.
it's like, sorry for our non-Australian listeners, there's a famous milk ad.
Is it by Poles?
I don't remember. Oh yeah,
Anyway,
Paul's Milk.
Yeah, Poles Milk. Shout out. So they want that.
But without that context, it sounds like the man from the Reddit story.
Yeah,
I just want milk that tastes like a real milk
Yeah.
in my coffee.
yeah. Was it in the last episode that we were talking about the titty milk?
Yes.
I could have added an extra option, but I reckon that would have gone off. The next popular one was almond milk, which I like as well.
And oat, joint with oat.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oat and almond. I'm surprised at how low soy milk is.
I am too. Soy is the original alternative milk.
Maybe that's why people are like, it's boring.
Or like, it's just, I don't like almond. I feel like almond tastes like cum.
I have so much almond milk and it does
And that
not
makes sense
taste.
because you like cum.
Well, she ain't wrong. Shout out to Sanitarium. Do you think they'd sponsor us after that?
They just
like-
want milk that tastes like cum. Don't want that.
I want. I just want real milk that tastes like cum.
Yeah.
No. I just want cum. No. I
you
just
do.
want milk that tastes like real cum.
Yeah, that's
there
what I
we
just
go.
said.
No, that's what you said. You said I want real milk that
Oh,
tastes
really?
like.
That's
No,
yeah.
I
fair.
just want milk that tastes like real
cum.
cum.
Okay.
And soy milk is the lowest. I think it's because people haven't tried like good soy milk.
Soy
'Cause
milk's my second option for alternative milk. I prefer over almond.
Oh yeah, because you like oat, right?
milk. I'm an
yeah,
oat
yeah,
milk gal.
yeah. That's
And
the.
Pete's probably listening to this and laughing at me.
What's that brand of oat milk you like?
I like Califia.
Is that the red one?
No, it's a blue one.
Red and blue?
It's blue and white.
Nah, that's not the one I
I know which
of.
one. The red one, blue one's called like alternative or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And they've got like a blue and green and blue
yeah,
and yellow.
yeah. Oatly
Um,
is also very popular.
Which one?
Oatly.
Oh, okay, yeah. I usually get Vita soy when I get soy milk.
It's all right. That one's okay.
But then there's people that like bong soy, but that's expensive. Like
Bonsai is good.
if you're drinking bong soy, you're rich. Like you're actually
Bonsai,
rich.
no, but Bonsai is the same price as my oat milk. Califia. So we go for the extra bougie ones.
Yeah, well, you're rich at that side of the table,
I
as
guess
we know.
so. I guess so.
With your,
I-
I'm not a nurse.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of my beige flags, because of
Oh,
oat milk, I realized my beige flag is I bulk order oat milk
How's that a beige flag?
because it's not a red flag, it's not a green flag.
It's not any flag. It's just a
Exactly.
thing you
That's
do.
what
It's like
beige flag
but it's like
is.
saying my beige flag is going grocery shopping.
No, but who orders like 12 cartons of milk?
Oh, you haven't seen our cupboard, have you?
No, do you also order 12 cartons
I
of
don't
milk?
order because so I love almond milk and Sanitarium. Shout out has the like 10% protein, like extra
Yeah.
protein in it. So I get that. And when it's on sale at Coles, I buy it out. Like I buy
I do that
everything that's
too
on the
with
shelf.
my oat milk, but then the oat milk I like wasn't being stocked at Coles and Woolies for a while, so I actually
maybe it
sourced it
ran
on a
out, yeah.
website.
Ooh.
And then it got to the point that my friend Pete, whose other friend owns a cafe or something,
Orders
ordered
there
the
as
milk
well?
for me.
Nice.
And I was just like, no one loves oat milk as much as I do.
Yeah,
that I
no,
would
no.
buy this much.
Nah, that's fair. So I would buy about between 12 to 24 in one
Oh
go
wow.
when it's
Okay,
on
maybe
sale.
we're just different. Maybe we just built differently to everyone else.
Yeah, but we're also quite cheap.
That's exactly
And
why.
if you get yours at wholesale price, then that's better than paying
Grocery.
RRP.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
Hmm.
Yeah. well,
Any final thoughts on those results?
no, I'm just so shocked about the milk, but please keep voting.
Yeah, I
And
think there's a lot of
interacting
people
with
that
us.
love Hershey squirting, and that's why they drink cow milk.
I mean, whatever floats your boat, you know.
Yeah.
If it brings you happiness to Hershey squirt, go for it.
I just want milk that tastes like real cum. All right. So, I think everyone here has heard a hot take or has a hot take.
Mhm.
But we don't want to be, like everyone else. So we want to keep it lukewarm.
Because we're neutral.
We're not. Oh, I mean, I don't know.
But we love controversy
Yeah,
at the
we
same
love
time.
controversy, but we're not
It's
about
like Switzerland, but drinking tea on the sidelines, but
watching everyone.
yeah,
watching
cause
everyone
chaos.
go to war.
Mhm.
But we're just there being like, look at these bitches.
Yep,
Why don't they all just chill?
exactly.
So we have invented our next segment called Lukewarm Take. So
Yeah.
that's where either me or Hazel will have a hot take that's not hot, just lukewarm, because it's perhaps a little less controversial,
Yep,
but still a bit like,
makes you think.
yeah, makes you think. So I'm going to start this week.
Okay.
Are you ready? Because you don't know.
I have no idea what this is going to be about.
All right. So my lukewarm take is Gen Zs are too woke.
I agree.
Is that lukewarm? Or is that
It's a bit
hot?
controversial. It's a bit
No.
hot. But it depends.
Is it simmering?
I think it's simmering, ready to boil, but it's
Ready-
simmering.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with that.
So it's a little bit above the lukewarm, but I will agree because I think you and I've had this discussion before about how like boomers and Gen X may be
A little too...
politically incorrect.
Yeah, I mean, boomers definitely.
Because I feel like some things are not actually that offensive.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so the reason why I have this lukewarm opinion is because I just see a lot of Gen Zs getting offended about the smallest thing. And it's not even that, but it's more like I find that Gen Zs can't even think of anything offensive without being like,
I agree.
like we wouldn't ever say it out loud, but if we had a thought, it would be like, haha, okay, that's terrible. Don't ever say that out loud.
Exactly.
It's like an intrusive thought,
Exactly.
but you just don't say it out loud because you know that's just not correct.
Correct. Socially.
Or good. Yeah. It's terrible actually.
Yeah.
But with Gen Zs, they can't even think it. Like it's if you even get a
my
whiff
gosh.
of thinking it, like they will kill you.
Why do you think they're like this?
I think it's the overcorrection.
Interesting.
Because like, okay, so here's an example, right? When we grew up,
Yeah.
we heard the word gay
Yeah.
all the time, right? So you got boomers and Gen X who would use it as a daily thing. Like it was just, oh, that's so gay.
Oh yeah, I
You know what
remember.
I mean? Yeah. Oh, that's so gay. Oh, don't be gay. Oh, that's so
It
gay.
was like a slur.
Yeah. But also
Like
it
an
was more like,
insult.
oh, that's so lame.
Yeah. It's such an insult, yeah.
Oh, that's gay as.
Yeah.
Oh, don't be so gay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, am I offending a lot of Gen Zs right now? Oh well, whatever.
I don't know. Are you offending the gays?
No, because I'm gay, so I can say it.
Okay.
I say it all the time
Okay.
to my other gay friends. Oh, that's so gay.
You do.
Yeah. Don't be so gay. Like
Okay.
that. But not in, it's in an ironic way. If you get what
Yeah,
I
I
mean.
know what you mean.
So we grew up hearing that all the time.
Yeah.
And we've said it, right?
Yeah, I've definitely said it. I'm
But-
not proud of it.
Yeah. It ended at a good point for
I
us.
don't even remember when it ended. Suddenly it was like, you shouldn't be saying that.
I think
it
they're
became
like
like the F
word.
word for
Yeah.
gay people.
Yeah. I mean, like you can't say the F word. You can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that ended at around about like 2010.
I think so. Or like in that decade.
Yeah. Like when Lady Gaga sang Born This Way, it just
Oh,
stopped.
interesting. Okay. Because I just don't even remember it ending. I just remember one day I was like,
No one says it
No, you're not
anymore.
allowed to
Yeah,
say that
you're not allowed
anymore.
to say
Yeah.
that anymore. For us, so that was like in the transition mode for us. So we were
Okay.
like, okay, cool, that's fine.
yeah.
But then I still think, oh, that's so gay sometimes. Well, again, it sounds terrible.
The Gen Zs are coming for you.
Yeah, they are. Good thing they're like 4% of our listeners.
We can't relate to them. That's
Yeah.
why.
For us, I think thinking something that might be offensive or a bit lowbrow or a bit frowned upon
Yeah.
or a bit like, nah, you can't say that. For us, we find it okay to think about it in a sense, but not
Yeah.
say it out loud. Like if a boomer said something offensive out loud, we're like, nah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But if we were thinking it, we'd be like, okay, that's a terrible thought, but we're not saying it, which means it's not harming anyone.
no.
I think that's our mindset. It's like it's not, if we don't say it out loud, it's
it
not
doesn't harm
harming
us.
anyone.
Yeah.
And we don't think it in like such a terrible way. But for Gen Zs, they can't think it and they can't say it.
Everything is just offensive these days for them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, because sometimes I like dark humor, I like very politically incorrect jokes, but I can't say most of them out loud to my Gen Z coworkers because they'll actually report me.
They will. Yeah, exactly. Here's an example. So at work, I said, there's no point recycling or there's no point trying to there's no point trying to help the planet too much.
Oh, that's so not woke of you.
Yeah, there's no the discussion
Climate
was
change.
well the younger people, the Gen Zs were having a discussion
Okay.
about helping the planet.
Okay.
And one of the boys said, well, there's not really any point. And then I said, oh yeah, I agree because one, China does not care and they've got the most people in this world. China
Yeah.
doesn't care, India doesn't care, Russia doesn't care,
Yeah.
and they've got the most people in this world.
Yeah.
I got like a weird look of like, oh wow, what a boomer. Or like, oh wow, you're gonna destroy this world. But then I said, I'm not stopping you from trying to change the world.
Yeah.
But if you accidentally throw your coffee cup in the wrong bin, it's fine.
It's fine. And I agree with you. I think this is a hot take for me because
As in what I just said.
no, like
okay,
we're
what
going on the
about
recycling topic. It's like all these Gen Zers are like, oh, that's not very woke of you. Like climate change is real. It absolutely
climate
is.
change is
Absolutely
real.
is. However,
Global warming is not. No.
however, there's a lot of performance activists out there. Is all I'm saying, and they're mostly Gen Zs. Hot take.
That's not a hot take. That's just facts.
Like, fix yourself first, girl, before you try to fix the planet on Instagram.
Exactly. You can't fix the planet on Instagram.
No,
You can't even fix yourself on Instagram.
literally, you're a mess.
So that's my hot take. Sorry, that's my
Lukewarm
lukewarm take. I'm not here to offend, but every now and then I do think of something offensive. I just don't say it out loud.
Yeah,
Whereas Gen Zs would be
Say
like,
it out
yeah,
loud.
they won't. No, Gen Zs can't say it out
Oh, they
loud.
don't,
They can't
no.
even think it. Because then the moment they think it, they think they're a bad person.
I don't know, man.
And that's on them.
That's on you guys.
Yeah.
Who hurt you guys?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like all the world's been doing is just loving them.
Yeah, this is what happens when you're babied too much.
Yeah. Like no one hurt them. I think that's the thing. No one hurt
Whereas
them.
we grew up with generational trauma and they're the generation that's unlearning the trauma. right?
Yeah.
Or maybe we're the first generation unlearning the trauma. So then they're the next generation
That
unlearning the
have
trauma.
no trauma.
Yes,
but it's
because
like,
of us unlearning it.
yeah, but then all of a sudden they're trying to fix all our traumas, but it's like you can't. You're not there to fix it. It's fine.
It's fine. Like the
it is
world-
what it. Yeah, the world is terrible, and you can do your best to fix it. But if you waste your life trying to
Yeah.
make this place a better world in like the worst kind of way, then
That's on you, man.
That's on you.
So on the weekend, I went to my fourth wedding of the year. The first three all happened at the start of the year, and I was a bridesmaid for all of them. This one, thank God, I was not a bridesmaid for because that is a tiring job.
Yeah.
So I guess you were at 3 out of 4 weddings that I was at.
Yes, I was your date.
Yes, you were my plus one.
Yeah. And everyone thought, oh, who's
Oh my
your
gosh,
boyfriend?
everyone, that was so gross. They were like, oh, but I thought your boyfriend is white.
The Gen Zs would be offended.
Oh, no, they would be. I'd be like, wow, joke's on you. This is my cousin.
And they're like,
Oh, Alabama.
Tasmania.
Tasmania. Ooh. But you also went to 4 weddings this year.
I did. I was a bridesman. Yeah.
Bridesmaid.
I was
Yeah.
a bridesman.
Yeah.
So I was in the bridal party for my close friend, Sarah,
Yeah.
which you would have heard her in episode 1.
Yeah.
She got married in Japan.
Yeah. None of the weddings I went to were in Japan. this
Well,
year.
that's on you for not having Japanese friends.
Also on them because they don't want to spend money internationally.
Yeah. But also, you know what I just remembered?
What?
All your 4 weddings is half filler.
Oh yeah, you're right.
If not full filler. No,
Yeah.
definitely at least half.
At least there's at least a half of a Filipino.
Yeah,
in there.
yeah. It's
Oh,
never just,
interesting.
you didn't go to a full
Non-Filipino
Yeah.
wedding. Yeah, that makes it fun though.
It does.
So basically with this wedding that I went to on the weekend, it was a lot of fun, but I thought we should discuss the things that we noticed at the weddings.
Yes.
Because we've been to a lot this year
Yep.
and it's just that time of
Of our lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 21st, then engagements,
Yes.
then weddings and 30th.
Yeah.
Then
Babies.
baby showers.
Baby showers. First.
Then divorce parties.
Oh God. Oh God. I wonder is this is very not work of us, but I feel like we've had this conversation of which one of our friends would be divorced.
Yeah, definitely. We can't discuss that.
No,
on
we
air,
can't
though.
discuss
No,
that, and we
no.
don't wish ill upon any of our
No, of
friends.
course not.
But we hope we to never go through a divorce party.
I reckon I would throw a freaking good one. Not my own, but like that would be such a great business idea going into like
It's
early
like
30s.
Better Call Saul vibes. That's what it reminds me
Yeah,
of.
but like I throw just divorce parties.
Oh yeah, you'd be making money
I'd be making so much money.
from like all these like 50-year-old women who are just got out of like dead end marriages.
Yes. But then
And-
they'll be rich.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
There you go.
great. I know that's fine. Don't
That's
steal
your
my
mom,
idea. That's trademark. Patented.
Okay, I will start and then you can talk about the next one.
Sure.
So the first thing I noticed from all the weddings was the mother of the bride is always more nervous or stressed than the bride.
Oh, that's interesting.
'Cause
Yes, correct.
I feel like, well, I think except for my friend Sarah's wedding, because her mom has already gone. This was the third wedding that she was like the mother of the bridal groom
Yeah.
for. So by that point, she's like, I don't care.
Okay,
However,
yeah.
the other 3 weddings, this is the first time the mums have been involved in the party.
Oh.
And I spoke to all the mums and they were all stressing out. They were like, we hope it goes well.
You're talking about the mum of the bride,
the
right?
mother of the bride,
Okay,
yeah.
that's because, so the first 3 weddings, not the last one, not the one that you just went to,
No,
right?
she was also stressed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But that's because they're all Asian mums, right?
Yes, and that goes
And
back to
most
being,
of them are Filipino mums.
yeah, except for
Yeah.
the one on the weekend.
Yeah, okay.
But it also goes back to Asians having to show face to their guests.
Yes.
So that's
Interesting.
why it's so important.
I
that
feel
everything
like
runs smoothly.
At my friend's wedding in Japan, I didn't really notice. I mean, I saw Saya's mom and she was like nervous, but more like, I know Saya was a bit more like nervous than her. But yeah, I mean, it's a stressful day for everyone involved, isn't it?
I feel like by the time the wedding happens, the brides that I've been to like the weddings this year was so over it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long day.
It's a long day. Like they just like, let's get it over and done with. But that's why. And I spoke to their mums
Yeah.
before or during the wedding
Yeah.
and before the reception, and all of them were like, oh, so nervous.
Oh.
They were like hoping that nothing goes wrong, and I'm like, hey, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. What can you do, you know? But then whereas the brides are always like, I can't wait for this to end.
Yeah.
Or like, where's the food? That's all they think about.
That brings me to my next point.
Yeah. What's your next point?
Food, obviously.
That was also my next point.
But what I notice is that it is either always a hit or a miss.
Yeah.
It's never like, oh, this is okay. It's either nah or yeah.
Yeah. My point was, yeah, everyone is very judgmental about the food.
I had that on here, but like a bit more broader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's true. If the food is crap, you know that people will be talking about that.
Yeah,
at the
and
wedding.
then they're like, well, I gave this much to this person. Why can't they
Find a good
why
caterer.
can't they why can't they feed me even though you're given like $100 or something?
Well, the wedding on the weekend that I went to was the first wedding that I went that was catered by Asian catering.
Okay, yeah.
Because usually it's just the venue
Right.
that caters
Yeah,
it.
and it's always towards the Caucasian
taste. But this one, insane. And I loved it. I want to go to more Asian weddings because like it was like 6 or 7 course meal.
Yeah, same
they
with
eat-
Saya's one.
Yeah. Yours was in Japan, so that's
Yeah,
different.
so it was
more
definitely,
bougie.
yeah.
But like they had like lobster, they had Peking duck.
Ah, yum.
They had like abalone soup, and I was like,
Oh,
"This is
wow.
luxury."
Yeah.
I love it.
They're going to be catering my wedding, at
yeah.
least, if it's here in
I
Australia.
mean, yeah, it makes sense. Vincent's Chinese, Malaysian.
Yeah,
so
that's true. And I'm Filipino. So
he needs to
it's
be
like-
serving that lobster for his family
yeah, and the duck.
and the duck.
I'll
but-
chuck in a spring roll in there just for shits and giggles.
just to make it more Filipino.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I think everyone's judging the food.
Yes.
But on that, one of the things I have on my list is everyone is judging everything.
Oh,
So like,
so once you go to one wedding, the next one you compare it to the
yeah,
other one too.
yeah. Now you have something to compare to, right?
Yes.
So you're judging the food, the
Yes.
entertainment, the venue, the dress,
The
and
speeches.
the other guests.
The other guests, yes. The people they've invited, the speeches that
Yes.
the mum and the
Oh my god,
bridal
I've
party
got
are
another one on
saying.
that as well. But yeah, everyone like, I mean, I've been to the wedding and I've been to like 4 weddings this
Yeah.
year, and I'm judging each one.
Of course, I'm judging them with
Yeah,
you. You
yeah.
and I are having
Yeah,
conversations
exactly.
about
So
each
like,
wedding.
oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh,
We're like, oh, she paid this much for this wedding, but there's no decorations.
Yeah. So yeah, I think everyone is judging a lot.
Yeah.
And I think like one of the things I judge is the venue. Personally,
Okay.
I think for me the venue is it has to match the vibe of
Yeah.
what you're putting out there.
I think so. What
And-
do I judge? I judge a lot of things at weddings.
You judge the people
I judge the people.
and the speeches. You judge
I
the
really
speeches.
judge the speeches.
Yeah.
And I listen closely because there's things that are hidden between those words. What's your one about the speech?
Okay, so there is always one speech that makes you emotional or shocks you to the core.
Or you listen to it and you're like, what did they just say?
Shock you to the core.
Or like that doesn't add up.
Shocks you to the
Yeah.
core.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Because I felt that way on the weekend too.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, there was that one speech at that one wedding where
Yes.
everyone was like,
That
wait.
doesn't sound like the story of what happened.
Yeah. But also like,
There was also another speech where someone threw a jab and said it wasn't easy to raise them.
yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
I
And I
thought we
was
were
like,
talking about the other one where they were talking about how much they've grown together
oh, yeah.
or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
The one from the parent about
Yeah.
how hard it was to raise their kid or how not easy it was to raise their kid.
Yes.
I was like,
I feel like that
no,
was a jab.
you
That
don't
was a
say that.
silent jab.
That was not a silent jab at all. It was just like a full-on grab the knife,
Oh
stab you in the
gosh.
face in front of everyone.
Yeah, that was some big yikes energy.
Do you have anything else?
I love that all of our things that we noticed was judging.
Because that's what
judged-
people do.
I judge the music they play.
Oh, yeah.
So it really shows how Caucasian or not a party is based on the choices.
Okay, so if they play, and here's another one on my list. If
Yeah.
they play Achy Breaky Heart,
Is that Caucasian or Asian? Oh, sorry, Caucasian or not Asian.
that's
Not Caucasian.
Oh my God.
There's more races than two. That is
That's Filipino.
Filipino mouth.
Oh my God, yes. Filipino Math is playing Achy Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus
And
at
doing
10 p.m.
line dancing.
Line, and everyone is synchronized. Like all the aunties and uncles, like I swear they all learned that dance when they were teenagers because
Yeah.
it is just ingrained
They all-
in them.
Like the 3 weddings we went to at the start of the year all played
All
Achy
played it.
Breaky
Yeah,
Heart.
all played it.
So yes, that's definitely a Filipino.
That was
wedding.
actually the first thing I came up with because I was listening to so Dolly Parton just like released a version of Wrecking Ball
Oh, okay.
with Miley Cyrus,
yeah.
and it's a really good. You listen to it.
I'll listen to it when I hear him. Yeah.
And obviously Miley's dad is Billy Ray Cyrus,
Yeah.
so I was like, this just took me back to all those 3 nights where it gets played and all the aunties go up and the uncles go up and
Yeah.
they just dance, they line dance. And it's like the nut bush, but like, I mean, the nut bush
Yeah.
gets played, but it's like the Filipino nut bush.
You know what's really funny? Speaking of the nutbush, so Jacob's Australian. He
Yeah.
was born and raised here.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to dance the nutbush.
But it's easy. You learn it in like primary school disco.
But the thing is, that's exactly right. You and I had to learn this when we moved to
Yeah.
Australia to fit in.
Yeah.
This man couldn't even be bothered to learn it.
No way. As if he doesn't. Next
He
time I
doesn't
see him,
know
I'm
how
going
to
to
do
ask him.
it. Maybe make him dance the nutbush at your birthday.
Okay, I will. But like because we had high school and primary school disco. Primary school disco is
Discos,
when I
yeah.
first was like,
What is that
what is
dance?
that? And why does everyone know? And I started freaking out. But then I just followed everyone. It was like
But
so
that's
easy.
exactly the same at the weddings with Achy
That's
Breaky
true.
Heart.
Yeah, but they know it more. Like they just
I guess so.
jump into it.
But even at Mart's wedding, I feel like line dancing is just a thing.
Oh, I
at ethnic
forgot. Yes,
parties.
Mart's wedding. Did they
had-
play that?
They didn't play that because it was mostly Greek.
Oh, that's true. And everyone
They
would be
had
like,
the
what
Greek
the hell?
Greek line dancing instead.
Yeah,
the
that's
big
true.
circle ones.
And then they threw plates on the floor. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
What else did I notice at weddings? Oh my gosh, the amount of kids running around. Which I
Not
don't
at
find
my
weird.
friend's wedding because she said no one under 16.
Well, there's little kids running on the dance floor and their parents running after them.
No, take your kids. Like I don't think weddings. Lukewarm take.
Lukewarm take. I don't think you should invite children to
Correct.
weddings.
100%. No one under 16. No one under
Absolutely.
14. I think if you've got a depressed 14-year-old playing on their phone, fine. But no.
I feel like 16 is a good age.
Yeah,
Sometimes
16 is a good age.
14 sometimes they're a bit too, they have too much attitude. I don't know.
Of course, and they'll just sit there and not even eat or the food
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
just
And
paid
I'm like,
for.
I'm just wasting money on this.
Exactly. So
At least
I've got
16-year-olds
kids.
will be okay.
Yeah, children.
But yeah,
Like-
that's a lukewarm take.
Yeah, that's like a whole $100 table. A seat. That's $100 seat on a 5-year-old running around.
I know one of my friends that got married this year, she's very family orientated and her like extended family is here. She wanted all her nephews and nieces and cousins and all that there. But
Is that
oh
the
my
first
God.
one I
Yeah,
went to?
the first one.
Okay, yeah.
But I was like, wow, this is a lot of energy and a
Yeah.
lot of running around. And
Yeah, we went home early on that one, didn't we?
Yes, but
Ish.
I think so. But also, I was dead. I was awake from like 5.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's the thing with being at the bridal party, because I have been on the bridal party for 2 weddings. So my
Yeah.
cousin's wedding, he gets so much shout out of this. He should be so lucky. He'll start asking for like, oh, you got to pay me every time you
We're
mention my
not
name.
paying you.
We're not paying
You'd be
you.
lucky to be even invited on this
Exactly.
podcast.
Well, no, he's not even invited yet. I was a groomsman at
Yeah.
his wedding, and I was a bridesman at my friend's wedding.
Yeah.
And the days are long.
Oh, absolutely.
The days are long. I think Mart's was definitely longer because I had to catch a train from one side of town to
Oh my
the
God,
other
yes.
on 2 hours sleep because I went out the night before recklessly.
Oh, when you're young.
Yeah. And I made it through the end. And I was up at 4:30. Oh no. Yeah, I got home at 3. I had to be up by 5 to
Yeah.
get to his mum's house
Yeah.
at 6:37, and I took a train, and that was insane. And they started drinking already when I got there,
I
and
think
I was
it's
like,
different
"Damn!"
for boys because when girls get ready, like I remember the last wedding that I was a bridesmaid for this year, I got up at like 6 o'clock. We were at the hotel. I was the last to get like hair and makeup. I went downstairs to Loon to get like croissants and coffee for everyone. But by noon, all of us were just like eyes closed, ready to fall asleep.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
true.
the mother of the bride comes in like, do you guys want champagne? And all of us were like, no,
No,
we just want to go to bed.
yeah, we're done here.
Whereas the boys had it so easy. Put a tux on, a suit on.
Yeah, that's true because like we get all our haircut
Yeah.
and all that stuff the day before, or like a week within.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is just dress nicely and wait. It's literally just waiting.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm
what it
like,
is.
well, why are we waiting this long? We could have slept in.
But yeah, your photo is taken before the girls.
Oh, you do? No, not at Mar's wedding. I think we got our photos taken together
Okay.
after the
reception.
ceremony.
Yeah, okay.
But at Sayers, we got our photos taken before the ceremony. That was fun. Oh my God. They did this thing where they revealed her to us.
Like first look.
Yeah. That was beautiful. I like that. I
that's
didn't
nice.
experience that with Mark because I just walked in.
Well,
and he
he's a
opened the
guy.
door, and I was
First
like,
look's
"Oh."
usually for the bride.
Yeah, but I think everyone should do it. I'm going to have a first look.
Yep. I already know your wedding's gonna be extra.
Yeah, to a certain point, yes.
What else did I notice? I noticed things. I notice when things go wrong, and I look at the bride to see
How
how
they
to
react.
handle.
Yeah.
Yes. Or like if
Don't
they
watch
would
me
care.
at mine.
Because you'll be bridezilla.
No, I'll just smile. But then someone will
deep
get
inside,
fired.
you'll be
I'll
like-
be like Beyonce singing on the stage, being like, "Turn the fan on." You know, have you seen that?
But someone will get fired.
Yeah.
Because it was so funny. Like, not to out my friend who got married on the weekend, but like her vows and her husband's vows, beautiful, it's very
Yeah.
touching, loving. And then the moment like the celebration was finished and they were like about to like they pretty much walked down the aisle again, like they finished. And I was watching her and I don't know what they were talking about, but someone asked them about something and she just slaps his arm like
Oh yeah.
like an annoyance kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
slap.
yeah.
And it was just so funny because like moments ago she was like crying, talking about how like he's so patient with her, how much he loves her and she loves that about him. And then I guess it took like 0.8 seconds for her to get annoyed.
Fair enough.
So I always notice how people react to stress and how they handle it. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm out of that list. Like I have nothing left.
I have nothing left.
Maybe I will if I ever get married. I'll like have 20 things on that list. But
But
I don't see any weddings coming up for me, so
I got
I'm
2
all
next
good.
year.
Oh wow, good luck.
3. I got 3 next year.
When's yours?
Well, I almost caught. I saw when the bouquet toss happened on the weekend.
Yeah.
I caught part of it, and I told Jacob,
What, like one petal?
yeah, like 2 flowers. And then I was like to the girl, "Oh, here, you take it." That actually caught it because her boyfriend
Petty.
was actually at the wedding,
Oh, okay.
so it makes sense.
Yeah.
like joke about like when is she getting engaged? And Jacob made a comment like, "Every wedding is one step closer to catching the bouquet," and I was like, "Every wedding is one step closer to my wedding." That's
That
what
is-
I'm
I mean,
saying.
that's just logical, isn't it?
Well, I'd hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
yeah.
hope so.
That's Jacob Beth.
That sums it up for another episode. I'm already laughing because I don't know what to say. No.
7 episodes in and you're still not sure.
Send us your feedback on Instagram.
You're reading that right off the script. You know what?
Of course I am. Because I'm just here. Why'd you delete it?
Because I want you to learn.
No,
I'm going to be like an Asian parent.
For this.
Rotland, our Instagram handle.
I knew what our Instagram handle is. I don't remember the script.
Send us your feedback on Instagram or email or TikTok.
And it's at Hazel and Marion.
Yes, on Instagram and TikTok. And our email is
hazelandmarion.pod@gmail.com.
correct.
Also, please give us some feedback on the polls. And
Yes, answer the polls. There'll be
Instagram
questions
stories.
and voting, everything. Send us the DMs. There's been a lot of people DMing us already. We do respond, but we do both work full time. So we'll get to it. We promise.
I definitely read your messages.
Just like creep and not.
Yeah.
Do you not even open it?
No, I don't even
Yeah,
open
you
it.
just preview it. Oh,
I get the notification and I'm like, okay. And then
Marion will handle that.
or like the classic person I am, like, you know when you get a message and you're like, I'll reply to this later.
Oh, that's
and
what I
you
do.
forget
Yeah,
about
but I
it.
can't do that to our fans.
No, I know.
Because they've taken the time out of their day to respond. So I'm like, okay, I will say
Marion
hello.
will respond to you, but if you would like to message me personally, I will respond to you.
Yeah, but you got to be like at Hazel.
But also, don't come for me, Absidy's father. Like, I'm not responding to that messages.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.